And I'm Jenny, the founder of Jigsaw Digital. Today we are auditing the website of a $5 million company. We're going to take a look at what they've done well and what's working for them, as well as what new strategies they can implement to increase their annual revenue. With my new strategies, I estimate their annual revenue uptick anywhere between $500,000 to $5 million. $5
million?
$5 million.
Wow.
Today we're looking at the website for Pridemark Construction. They're a commercial construction firm based in Indiana, and they work on projects like libraries, commercial buildings, and community spaces. My first impression when I look at their homepage, so what's working for them? They have clear messaging, so they clearly communicate that they're a commercial construction company and that they offer design construction services. Great. They have immediate credibility with their project examples they have down here, as well as further down they have their testimonials. Overall, they have a professional tone. They emphasize their relationships and craftsmanship, which is great. Some issues that I find that I would encourage them to do, their homepage doesn't immediately communicate, who they are, what types of projects they do, or where they work. Construction buyers usually want to know within 3 seconds those things. And so I would create, to improve that, I would create a strong headline at the top of their homepage, something like commercial construction and design build services in Indiana, trusted by schools, businesses, and community organizations since 2010. The next thing I want to go over is their portfolio section. This is their strongest asset. They have great examples, which include, ABC Supply Building, Guardian Brewery, Southern Wells Library. The problem with their portfolio section, it's operating more like an image gallery versus case studies. So there's a huge opportunity here. They can turn their, image gallery into case studies, and that's going to bump up their SEO or search engine optimization so people can find them easier. So what they could do is example structure of that could be, Southern Wells Library renovation, for example, include the project location, the client, the square footage, budget range, timeline, challenges and solutions, their final overall result. This is going to do two things. It's going to rank for local searches, and it's going to show credibility for larger projects. The next thing I want to go over is their current CTA or call to action. Right now, they basically just have contact us, which is pretty weak, I think, for some high value construction projects that they're working on. So some better CTAs could be, request a project consultation, discuss your project, get a construction estimate, those things. They're more construction focused, and they tell the visitors what to do, where to go, and what they're going to get when they click on it. They have some pretty good trust and authority signals. They do have testimonials, which is great. Their testimonials include, praising their communication, their project management, reliability. Those are all fantastic. Something that they want to add to the website that's missing is going to be the years in business. How long have they been in business? Since 2010. They need to highlight that. Some other cool things that I thought would be interesting to put on there would be like total projects completed or total square footage built, project value ranges. If they have any industrial affiliations, maybe put those on their website as well. Construction buyers, they care heavily about risk reduction, and those things help reduce that risk. Something else I noticed is visual branding. So they have a lot of images that display the scope of work that they do, but they can improve upon their, visual branding by including like larger project photography or video walkthroughs. Some before and afters are always fun to do with their renovations. Drone footage could be nice to put on a website. Construction websites convert better when visitors can visualize the work. Something else I noticed that they're missing lead magnets. So what I mean by that is what is drawing their leads in to give them information so that they can follow up with them at a later date. Some quick and simple fixes for that could be to include, free resources for potential clients, like a downloadable construction planning checklist or, the 10 most costly mistakes to avoid before starting a construction project. So with that, the visitor puts in their email address to download and collect this information, which then in turn gives the Pridemark Construction their email to follow up for long-term leads and maybe generate business that way. The biggest improvement I see when I do my SEO audit for this website is they're missing some really high value keywords. They should rank in searches such as commercial construction company in Indiana, or design build contractor Indiana, or Indiana commercial builder. Right now, the site focuses mostly on brand messaging instead of search intent. So some key SEO opportunities would be to create pages targeting those specific things that I mentioned, like commercial construction in Indiana, design build contractor Indiana, Indiana commercial builder. Those services are going to match their expertise in site development, construction management, and design build projects. And the final thing that I want to go over with you guys is their local SEO opportunity. So they are based in Muncie, Indiana, but the site doesn't fully target nearby markets, like Indianapolis or Fort Wayne, Anderson, Kokomo, etc. So the solution for that would be creating local pages. So example could be a local page, commercial construction Indianapolis, commercial contractor Fort Wayne, design build Muncie. So each page could feature projects completed in that region. There's also a pretty big content marketing opportunity here. So they have none. And what I mean by that is, creating things like blogs. So construction firms almost never create content. And creating that content or those blogs makes it easy to dominate SEO, search engine optimization, getting you higher on the search results when people search for certain things. So some suggested topics that they can include could be design build versus general contractor, or the cost to build a commercial building in Indiana, timeline for a school renovation, those type of things. Those are going to capture early stage project planners. What this is also going to do, it's going to bump up their SEO. And so if people search for those type of things, it's going to pick out the text or the actual blog content and bump them higher on the search results. This is something too that they can outsource to an agency to write the copy for them and then also put it on their website. So they wouldn't really even have to do anything, but it would still bump up their search results when people search for those type of things. So overall, based off of all these things that I mentioned and doing their audit, their estimated revenue opportunity is pretty large. So for this company like this that are doing multi-million-dollar projects, even one additional project per year from their SEO upticks or the things they implement to generate those leads could be anywhere from $500,000 to $5 million in revenue. So to me, that is a pretty high return of investment just by doing a few tweaks to their already pretty good website.
Thanks for watching. Bye.